Hi there, I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta. Let's talk about our active tropical system out here in the Western Pacific that is heading towards the American islands of Guam, Rota, and Saipan. Now, right now, the severe tropical storm Mawar is continuing to strengthen. It's moving over the Marshall Islands, even back here towards Chuuk. Been seeing some messy weather the last 24 hours. I'm sure out here in Guam and Rota and Saipan, you had a beautiful sunrise. Remember the saying? Sailors take warning. Red sky in morning, sailors take warning. It is a true fact, actually. You have those aerosols in the atmosphere as the sun's coming up, just already indicating that instability out there with this serious outflow ahead of our storm. And yeah, it's going to start to get messy, especially as we go ahead through the day on Tuesday, heading into Wednesday morning. With that track from JMA leaning a little bit more west, closer to Guam, putting Rota in the right front quadrant. With winds about Cat 2, we're going to see this eventually get up to about a Cat 3. Could be one of the top 10 strongest tropical systems on record for the month of May, as well as this pushes out towards the Philippine Sea. But yeah, I mean, at this time, you got to be getting ready for at least typhoon strength conditions out here on Guam, Rota, and Saipan. Taking a look, zooming right in on the future cast, and a key thing you can kind of take away from this. First of all, this time frame that unfortunately is in Eastern time. I'm here in Florida, so just push it ahead 12 hours. So this would be Tuesday afternoon, heading into the evening. Already starting to see those winds pick up, tropical storm strength as it starts to increase and passes by overhead. Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Remember though, this is just one particular model. It's the GFS in particular. The ECMWF is leaning a little bit further towards the west, more in line with JMA. If that forecast wavers just a bit, it does change the forecast, especially wherever if we do see a very tight eye wall that does start to develop. And it does look like, this is becoming more compact, so that may be the scenario. So either if you're on the south end of Guam, and let's say this pass closer to Saipan, you might be thinking, where is the storm? It's tropical storm strength. If it moves further towards the south in Saipan, it's probably going to see tropical storm strength. And then, Anderson there in northern Guam would get the worst of the weather. It's one of those things where you just want to prepare. This storm's still unfortunately organizing. So there is still some questions on the exact center of where this would go, but it does look like closer to Rota is going to see the biggest impact, at least at this time. Guam National Weather Service is on top of it, guys. Make sure you check them out. Long range forecast from Okinawa to Taiwan to northern Luzon needs to be watching this. The long range, and this is the ECMWF overlaid with the GFS, heading into the Philippine Sea. It eventually does get hooked, rounding the high pressure area back here towards the north. So it should kind of loop up like that. But then we have this little low trying to develop over here west of the Philippines. And if that does, it actually might pull it further towards the west, towards Luzon. So there's some questions, but at least at this time, if I was a betting man, I would say this is going to turn north and move closer to Okinawa as it gets kind of hooked up by the rainy season front there. So, I mean, with that said, though, you're still seeing all of his inflow. Look at that right there. Inflow wrapping around. There's our storm's track. So you get that moisture that's going to be impacting these areas back here towards the west, across the Philippines, west coast of Luzon, Mindoro, Palawan, seeing the heaviest of it. And then, of course, there's your rainy season front back here towards the north. So, boy, there's a lot to talk about here across the tropics. So I'll keep you guys posted on what's happening out here in the Western Pacific.